So the absolutely horrendous images that we saw in southern Israel yesterday of babies that were executed and beheaded, according to reports. I mean, is that is as worse as it gets? Is Hamas as bad as ISIS in your view?
Well, they certainly haven't been until this point in terms of atrocities like this, but they're really catching up to the Islamic State. You know, first we heard members of the Israeli government describing it as ISIS-like atrocities. We've now even heard American officials describing them these heinous deeds in that way and comparing them to ISIS. So yeah, we're finding, well, the Israeli security forces are finding families huddled in their homes, parents laying on top of their kids as they're all executed. They're allegedly finding babies shot, wholesale, beheaded soldiers. You know, and it can get even worse. And don't forget, Hamas has vowed that for every attack on a civilian area in Gaza by the Israelis that is without warning, we will start executing hostages. We will broadcast it, they said, with pictures and audio.
Michael, we're just looking at pictures of Benjamin Netanyahu speaking at the moment. There has been some... there he is there. I mean, we'll wait for an English translation to come through before we start running that. But he's formed this war cabinet overnight, and I presume that's what he's talking about at the moment with the opposition, his main opposition, Benny Gantz. How significant is that in your view?
Well, obviously it's significant, given that the fractures within Israeli politics right now are so deep. I mean, we've seen hundreds of thousands of Israelis protesting on the streets week after week after week over what this current ultra-religious conservative government under Benjamin Netanyahu has been doing to try to change the powers of the Supreme Court. Obviously, all that comes to a standstill now. And yes, they've declared a war cabinet, or they've put together a war cabinet, and the parties have put aside some of their grievances. One of the questions, though, is why did it take so long? Obviously, there's been some problems behind the scenes that we haven't known about because, you know, in theory, this should have happened a lot more quickly. And, you know, sadly, it reflects what's happening over here in the United States. Right now, the US Congress cannot send aid to Israel because the Republican Party can't put a leader in the Speaker's chair with the gavel in the House of Representatives. They may have taken an internal vote, but as it stands right now, we are in constitutionally grey area. We do not know if the interim Speaker can oversee an appropriations bill for aid to Israel. So, and the GOP still hasn't taken a nominee to the floor. So it couldn't be worse timings, or is it perfect timings for Hamas?
Okay, Michael Ware, we'll leave it there. Appreciate that. Thank you.